You thinking about it?
Yes.
These ladies has a lid. No, I'm reading the wrong, upside down. These ladies has a bonnet.
Have.
Thank you.
How do you spell ladies?
Remember, drop the Y and add IES. LADIES. I like how you pluralized that and I didn't tell you. Did you see? You did it too? Okay. I didn't even tell you. These ladies have bonnets. I just wanted to see if you were going to pluralize the bonnets. Good job. Little learner just in. Oh, well, hey. We're working on math. We're working on language arts. How's the math going? What concepts are you working on? We just finished A studies and we're getting there. Look at that word you just wrote. BOX. Pluralize it. E. Very good. We are working on addition, tally marks, and place value. Okay. That's what the little ones are doing. We have been working on that for a while, just taking it slow. Kicked Matthew C to the curb. Oh my, what happened? You know, I keep looking at Matthew C and I mean, I get it and I get the concepts, you know, the program works for some children, but I don't know. It just stressed us out. Yeah. I can't wrap my head around all of that. It's a whole lot. And the repetition, yeah. It's kind of like the Saxon and all these other boxed deals. It just I don't know. You have to follow things kind of to a T. And, my kids are not cookie cutter like that. We have to switch things up, old school. I was on Instagram yesterday. I shared a little bit of how we, I just lost my signal. Some days it's, the, on paper worksheet or something like that, but they like to be able to say I can do this and I don't have to look at this book because sometimes I know some kids just getting the book stresses them out. They are running from it. So I just give them a whiteboard or a chalkboard and we just sit down and write some stuff and before you know it they got a whole lesson done. They don't even realize it. I can't see my comments. He's back on Horizon. Okay. Yeah, I see a lot of people using Horizons. It looks like, I don't know, just that one looks like it kind of skips all over. skips all over there's so many concepts on one page. So, but yeah, it is spiral. And then the color, my kids, that color, it just check out. It's interesting, even with these guys, them working with their math. Sometimes I think they are not getting it, and then later on we're doing something completely different. Art. I'm looking at an art paper with dollar signs on it. You looked up because you knew I was talking about you. So that, I mean, I just honestly thought she was kind of disengaged, but she was paying attention. Women. That's that tricky word. W-O. Men. But yeah, I think the most important thing is whatever you use, just use it as a guide and just take the concepts and know that they should know how to master those concepts, but not necessarily follow that and think that that book is going to teach them everything they need to know. Are you cold? I'm cold. Flip this around. It is a little cool. Okay. Bring it down a little bit so it's not that cold. I'd rather stay on a concept until I know he has it. I throw it at him all kinds of. Yes, yes.
We're watching this too.
Okay, let's see. Was this fly on the wall? Now we have to change this to these. So, was these fly on the wall?
These
Now
flies.
remember, okay, these flies. Was these flies on the wall? How would we change that? Were. Very good. Remember, I told you I had to change more than one thing. Were these flies on the wall? And even stuff like this, I don't really see, not to knock anybody, but I don't know. I don't see anybody really putting a lot of emphasis on. I hear a lot of spelling and grammar is troublesome, and they realize it once the kids are fourth, fifth grade. But I don't see a lot of emphasis on it.
Yes.
It just seems like everybody skips over it.
Yes.
Yes, what? The okay, this the good one. I like this one. This goose has white wings. These goose.
Geese.
Very good. Geese. Two. Pluralizing things and root words and all that kind of stuff. It seems like it just get introduced and then it's skipped over. Geese. S-E. You're right. And then the writing part of it. The kids have trouble writing. Well, it's because you have to do stuff like this to get them to write anything. To write sentences. So when they write papers or something like that, it's not something they do every day. It may be once a week. It may be once every 2 weeks because we have to work on the sentence structure. My phone died. Oh, okay. And then writing sentences like this just gives them ideas for when they do have to write things. They know how to use their brains to really create punctuation and capital. Did you capitalize that? Look at that sentence. Did you capitalize the beginning? Fix it. Let's see. I'm trying to put up my comments. It says, what did you say you don't see? Oh, a lot of the grammar. I don't see a lot of grammar. I see the programs, but then, they're paying the high money for all these programs. And, child is still frustrated. And it seems like something's just put off to the wayside. And then comes spelling. The kids are misspelling words. I see people showing work and the kids have common words that are misspelled. And I'm like, how do you allow that? From the beginning, correct it. Even if it's just a letter, correct it. Because the more you let it go, the worse it's going to be. It's going to be harder to break, and they're going to continue to misspell. And I know not everybody's a natural speller, but help them out. And we do a lot of things with the dictionary and things like that. And I know not all the words are, phonetically sounded, but we work through it. Now, wait a minute. Look what you're doing. What is this?
Root words.
Okay. What do you have to do to a word that ends in a P? CLAPED? What?
Clapped.
Spell it.
CLAPPD.
What do you have to do to that word to add ed?
Capitalized.
No. Look at the consonant. Double. What is that?
P.
Double consonant. PP. So we back on this again. We are learning how to add suffixes. And
How do you spell geese? E-E-S. G-E-E-S.
what?
Um,
Silent.
silent E.
Gees, silent E. Very good. Okay, pay attention to I stop bad habits before they start. Okay. Yeah, sometimes on the handwriting also, I see it. I understand some things like this because it's fill in the blank. It's kind of hard. And even what they're doing, they don't usually do their grammar like this. They use their spirals. And I have to share this. I'm just trying this because they're longer sentences. Because typically they would have to write out both of those sentences and we would be here for a while.
Another B.
So, they're doing it on the sheet and I just cut it and put it in the book. But yeah, it's kind of hard to, just fill in a blank, something like that. And it's easy to run through it and not pay attention. There you go. Bless you. I always tell them they are going to have these words, and they know how to read these words. They know what they mean because they get them in books that they read. But working on, like I said, the root words and the suffixes and the what are we working on? Past, present, future tense. They are just now learning that that's actually a thing. Around here 15 minutes. Okay. So it took you about 12 minutes to do that. Clap, clapped, clapping. Let's see one more comments. We took 2 weeks off from our LA just to make sure grammar, present, and core is mastered. Cool. They do pretty good on their assessments too, so I'm satisfied with what we're doing and presenting. Okay. This little deal, like I said, this once I give it to them and they understand what it is, I just consider I consider it mastered, and then I have them give me sentences using the different tenses. I could tell they don't, they, I guess I didn't, time wise, I mean, this is perfect time to introduce this and give it to them, but I didn't put too much emphasis on it because they speak properly. For a child that I see that is not speaking properly, I would have started this a while ago, but they speak very well. So they write the same way. I think they just need to know that it is a thing because when they do transition to school, they're not going to, the teacher will ask past, present, and future tense, and if they don't know what that is, that's not good. You want to do this one too? Let me see. Go back. Okay. Give me a sentence using hop. Hopped. Use hopped. Hopped. Tell me a sentence.
The bunny hopped.
Okay. Hopping.
The bunny was hopping.
Hop.
The bunny hopped.
Nope, that's hopped again. Oh, hop. Think about it. It might have to be a question. Did.
Huh?
Did.
Did the bunny hop?
There you go. You want to do the next page or you going to do your handwriting?
Handwriting.
Go back. Gotta go check back in later. Okay, well, thank you for popping in. Keep going. Keep flipping. KJT, I don't homeschool my kids, but yet aspire to soon. I do a lot of work with them. They come home from school. I've been learning so much from your channel. Well, thank you. What number are you on? 12?
Yes.
6 more.
I have to do 6 more.
6 more. I'm still working on handwriting now. I know this is upside down, but all of this will be shared when I do the curriculum video. And what is this? I've been seeing this for the longest, and I realized that I'm just gonna hold it for. Let's see, we're a week away from October. Because we've been using everything for a year since I showed you guys. I think I shared last October, and we turned things over a couple months later because they finished everything just about. So I think a year is a very good time to give you a whole year in review and show you and tell you because the progress. And we are not switching. We are satisfied, and it works. Hey, private. How's private school search going? Good. Pretty much not really searching because, like I said, I was just haphazardly looking at something, but the same school that the older kids went to is always my top choice. The other one just happens to be very, 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 very close and small, and the the other one is way across town. So that's what I'm looking at. The drive. I'm trying to, you know, I got a woman up, but I just don't want to be in that drive again. Look at your P and look at my P. Look where I started my P. Did I start my P in the clouds or in the sky? I'm talking to Layla. To start it in the clouds. I mean, in the sky. So this is handwriting. I give them. I just pre-write because I have to do everybody like this. And they do about 6 words. And what I'm looking for is to make sure that they are filling the lines and the letters are properly formed. If I see any fatigue, I stop them and they can go on the next day. But this is how I get them to write neatly. And they learn the words. These are words from McGuffey's. Again, I'm going to get into the curriculum stuff. I'll share all of that. But these are their vocabulary words, basically. And some of the words, I don't choose all of them. Some of the words, they know. Some of them, I just want to make sure the letters are right. Some of them, you can do that page. I just threw that in there. We have the dictionary. And they will get the dictionary and look up the word so that they know the meaning of the word. You guys, McGuffey's is highly rated when it comes to literature, spelling, grammar. It's all in perfect syntax. That's the reason why we use them. Let me say, by the time the child is coming out of the third reader, they are on the level with a college student. And right now, they're on the second reader. So, but it's going good. We're not changing it. Not changing it. The only thing we did change was coming out of the textbook readers, and we were still using McGuffey's, but we're completely done with textbook. Anything. But yeah, just we're hanging on. As you can see, we're still hanging on at the house. I'm just not. I'm on a mission this year. I don't think this is the time to transition. We've just been praying on it. So, they're gonna stay here for the rest of the year. Okay. What are you doing? Okay. Give me a word using, give me a sentence using pet.
Pet.
Pet. And it might have to be a question. Come here, let me feel your head. Let me give you some Tylenol. Can Can I?
Pet.
Are you that tired? You
Yes.
just don't feel good. Your throat hurting too?
No.
No. Just your body?
My throat stopped.
Your throat stop hurting?
Yes.
Can I pet what? Quick, think of something.
Your dog.
Okay.
Dog.
Pet it.
Can I pet your dog?
Pet it. Hmm. We
Petted the dog.
sounds strange, but yeah. Petting.
We're petting.
Say that again.
We're they're petting the dog.
Okay. Very good. So you finished everything? All right. Let's.
I didn't finish.
What didn't you finish?
I didn't finish my handwriting, and I didn't finish that.
Actually, I think that one's for tomorrow.
Or this.
I want y'all to do that one tomorrow, okay? Because I already put the date. I put it on there. But
It says drop the.
actually, you know what? This one is for Friday. You doing something else?
It says drop this one at E.
Okay.
It says
That one is for
add-
Friday.
It says add the second and ED and.
Read these comments. Yeah.
Are we gonna read that?
Okay.
Can we read those words?
We are going to read these words. And I need to, yeah, some of these words. So you haven't written these words. So some of these will be for either tomorrow or Friday. And I might, you know what? I don't know. I can't remember. I might have already did your pages, your new work, your handwriting.
What? What?
You laughing at me because I can't remember. I got amnesia. I'm old.
Wait,
Okay. Yeah, because I remember one of the words. I know you're gonna have to look up. I want you to look up. Okay. Two of the words. Let's go.
Remember after all else, I said, Aaliyah, we're not gonna die.
Okay, come on. Read.
Submit, laugh, thought, what, down, praise, then, selfish summer children behind hardly.
What is heartily? What do you think it means?
Um,
Because remember in the last story, somebody laughed heartily. Remember you told me what it meant, what you thought it meant.
hardly.
Heartily. They
When you laugh
let get
really
up.
hard.
Not heartily, heartily,
Heartily.
heartily. They laughed very excitedly. Okay, next row.
God took them trees, squirt, salt, apple, little, willow, washing began. Cat,
Layla,
ball,
slow down.
slow
See,
down.
this is the thing I have with the speed reader here.
Ball, Mike, was listening,
Alfred.
Emma, size,
You did that the last time with that word. What is that word? The E is first.
size,
Seized. What did I tell you seized meant?
take away,
To take or capture. Okay.
jumping, trying. Lately, soon, drawing, some, wind, girls, making playthings, others wanted without.
Okay, Layla.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
To read about the beaver. I want you to read 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. The beaver is about 2 feet long and 1 foot high. It is a light brown color and its fur is very fine. Few animals show a greater degree of wisdom than the beaver. When the summer, when summer comes, a great many beavers get together and build their houses. They have rooms to their houses. When the beaver has no one to help him, he cannot do much.
Did I put the other book down? Maybe I didn't.
Sometimes 200 beavers live together. Can you count two?
Stop. 200 beavers live together.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. What if there were 200 of you?
No.
Okay, keep going.
201. The beaver has a tail as flat as a
Shingle.
he uses his tail for a
Trowel. That's another word you're going to learn.
Did you ever see a
Long A. Long A. And we talked about a mason. A mason works on the houses and builds things.
You show me how to
Bricks.
use it. The beavers cut down very large trees with their teeth, make their houses of wood
Yo,
and
silence.
A beaver can live in the water, and he can live out of the water. Beavers like to build their houses close to a river or a pond. Their fur is used to make hats.
Right. What is the story about?
A beaver. Beavers.
Is the beaver an igneous animal?
Yeah.
What does he build?
His house, yeah, out of wood.
Could you build a house? Sure you could. Not
It
a
would
real
take
house.
days.
Not a real house, but you could.
You can't build it in days.
You can't build a house. You could build it. Didn't you build a cardboard house?
Uh,
A Play-Doh house? You couldn't build a real house, but you could build a house.
no, not a Play-Doh house.
Not a Play-Doh house. Okay. Not a house out of blocks.
Oh yeah, you can't make a house out of blocks.
Okay. I just wanted to see. Do beavers like to live together?
Yeah. Yes. And they like to live by a pond or a river, or they like to build their house in the river.
Of what use is their fur?
Brown
What is the fur used for?
hats.
Is it used for hats? Is it used for blankets?
Yes.
Could be. Yeah, is it used for rugs? But in here it tells us hats. I'll go back and I'll make sure I'll put those words on
Oh,
the
it's used as they can use it as a jacket too.
as a jacket. Now we're going to skip that one because the beaver is in this one, and
Mom, we got a real frog. Where?
you did
Where?
okay. They have left the building. So they're out. So I'm thinking I might have them do narration on that just because you see they like nature, all things nature and animals. And I just want to see how the beaver and the home would turn out in a drawing. And I think it will be a nice little lesson. So that may be something we do tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. No school tomorrow. Either Friday or Saturday. So yeah, but that's a reading lesson. That's typically how we do it. I don't know why I didn't bring both books. Y'all, we have several sets of McGuffies. That's just how vested I am, but I didn't bring them downstairs. Anyway, but yeah, I would let one of them read and we take turns because the further they progress in the readers, the longer the passages get. So that's just how they've been comfortable doing it together. And we do that as a group, and I spend some time with them. And as you can see, they help each other out. So I don't mind that. They don't mind it. I don't know, how do you all do with those of you with more than one? Is it a one-on-one or is it group readings for reading time, language arts? I can't really, just trying to think back. A lot of things. I guess when we turned over curriculum and went strictly for McGuffies for everything, I kind of put them back together. And I say together, they're usually at the table, but actually one of them will work faster than the other. But I put them two back together. Really? You got a toad in here? Get that thing outside. Um, little toad. Um, so that we can work. I kind of talked about this in the last, I think probably the last live. Having two older kids and then one that is and I'm not really counting Zion even though she's reading, but one that is just now coming into really reading, and we're working on grammar more and punctuation and stuff like that. It takes a lot of time, and it took them what, 15 minutes, 12 minutes to do their language arts lesson. We've been sitting here 40 minutes. We've been language arts and reading. So that's kind of good. But if I split them up, then that would obviously double the time and then have to work with another one and then work with another one. Y'all, I would be tired. So that's another reason why we don't do all six every day. We just kind of loop things around. And we'll probably get to some math. I think they might be ready for lunch. And it's probably something quick because they are not feeling too good. So my intention was really not to do too much today because they are complaining of sore throats and stuff like that. Um, so I think we're doing pretty good. We're gonna sit down and do some finish up work in science. I'm gonna watch a couple videos, quick videos that should take us about 20 minutes. And get to the stack of library books.
Mom, look like a full baby too.
Bring it down here.
And maybe drop it.
Because we have a whole stack of library books over here we need to get to.
I was gonna talk to Jasmine, but she didn't answer.
She didn't answer, she didn't answer her phone. She's at work. You have to call her in the evening. You gotta call her in the evening. Yeah, I'm so tired. I'm tired. I need to do hair. That's another thing I need to do. Yesterday we kind of, I was, here, there you go. Doing something, ended up taking some Benadryl. Yeah, I know, rabbit trail, but we have finished most everything. But about 3 o'clock, I was up in the bed, spread out with a whole pile of stuff, and I couldn't do it anymore. I was so drowsy, so that was it. But I needed antihistamine. So that was it. And then later on, we did some reading. We read a couple library books before bed. So get in here and stop rambling, I guess. But I just wanted to kind of share. I just didn't feel like picking up the camera and doing this. Because honestly, I haven't vlogged anything since. Actually, I did vlog something yesterday. Hopefully, some encouragement. I gotta put that up. But I haven't had time. Like I said, with them, where they are and their progress and the time that they need, I'm usually spent. So, but we are doing a lot. We're working on a lot, and I'll catch you guys up on what we're doing and all of the resources, free stuff. You guys love free. Don't run. But yeah. Tell you guys what we're doing with all this good stuff. I'm gonna do a comparison for you guys because I never did. Let me see my finger. I never did. I shared because most of y'all have the revised. Okay, most of you all don't know that the original is existent, but I will do a a comparison for you and explain to you why we have so many, why we have both of them, and actually there's something else. And the kids love the something else. You guys will love that one too. Um, Something else. One thing I can tell you about is I see most